Welcome everybody to today's show. Today we've got Colt from Deathloop, aka Jason Kelley. He's kind enough to give us his first ever interview about the game. I think he's done a couple, but first one-on-one sort of exclusive interview after the game's released. We're going to talk about all things Deathloop and a couple of other projects that he has on the horizon. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, I think we get him in. I don't think we're going to beat around the bush today, guys. I hope you enjoy. Fluffy, Hunter, Garbett, Ari, appreciate you all. And enjoy the opening package. This song fucking rocks. You ready? You're gonna love this song.
Oh.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me, and the rest of these maniacs.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's Matinee. This little ditty goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Colt, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
Toxic illusion, falling deeper spiral down. Static delusion. This is where we do or die. And I've been here before, face to face with the guns, up against all the odds, and I'm the only one. Oh, I've been here before, it must be true. This is Deathloop. At the beginning
Stay still for like a second.
What the grenade?
Die already! You're doomed! Somebody's feeling feisty.
Oh, I've been here before. It must be true. This is Deathloop. At the beginning of the end again. It's deja.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you. Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
Everybody, please welcome Jason Kelley. How are you, mate?
What's up, man?
Great to finally meet you, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Very well, dude. I love your booth already. I mean, that's a professional setup, man, already. I know.
Man, this looks like I'm in SpongeBob's ass.
Was that the inspiration for that one, eh?
No, I was actually just going for my fraternity colors, and it ended up looking like SpongeBob's ass.
I love it, man. What's that hat you got on there? Is that NFL? No? VT. Do I know
Virginia
that?
Tech, man. Hokies. The home of Michael Vick.
There you go.
The great Michael Vick. I didn't go there. I went to Radford, which was the school just south of it.
Yeah.
But I ended up pledging my fraternity there back in the day, and I'm a huge college football fan. So when they finally got good, I was I was a fan when they were scrubs back in the 90s. But it's just been fun to have a team that I can follow and support and root for. So just a little shout out to the Hokies. They started off really well this season, beating UNC. So
I love it, man. So you're based out of LA, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been down
Yes, I
there
am.
for?
17 years.
Wow. And all for this passion of acting?
Yeah, I first got started. I was pursuing the music business right around as a producer and a manager, right around the time that everything was, the music industry was kind of switching and caving in and dwindling. And I got out here and was running out of money, didn't know what I was going to do and didn't want to go back home. And I was at the gym and a manager walked up to me and asked me if I ever thought about doing commercials. And I was like, yeah, man, I gotta pay some bills. So my journey into acting began that way. And here I am 17 years later.
And
Deathloop dropping and
dude,
got all kinds of great things happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how does it feel like 17 years in, you've got Deathloop, biggest video game role for yourself, and then you've got Mayor of Kingstown. That's the name?
Yeah.
Which is coming as well. That's a huge show coming to Paramount Plus, and you're in that as well. Like, it's all coming together this year. Is that weird for you or what?
It is. I mean, I've been grinding and working the entire time. I've never had a survival job. I used the residuals and the income from commercials to pay for my acting training and my development. And, there's some years that obviously are better than others, but I never had to have that survival job. And so, to be grinding and to have done 30 or 40 plus TV episodes and, a bunch of commercials, 30 or 40 national commercials, and get into voiceover really on a whim, just like really my whole career it's kind of like a whim. I'm like, something's leading me down that direction. Let me walk down it. And, I did the work, and you get better and you get good. And now to be at this point, to have all this happening, it's awesome.
So did working with Bethesda on Doom help you land this project, or were they entirely different?
How do you mean?
Because Doom was obviously published by Bethesda, and so was Deathloop. Did that have any correlation or not?
It didn't have direct correlation. I think I was already cast in Deathloop, and then they came back around and did Doomslayer. And I think my name got thrown in the hat that way. And I was able to step in, but it was totally different casting directors and,
right.
The way towards that path was different. And I think after the fact, they kind of went, oh, JK's the same dude. Oh, yeah, he's part of the family. Yeah, let's just give him the job.
Different roles, aren't they?
Very different roles. One doesn't say anything, like nothing, and then the other one doesn't stop talking.
You must be loving the fans coming in from Deathloop, though. Like, the followers are going up rapidly. Fan love everywhere, man. Like, you on top of the mountain at the moment.
Listen, let me tell you something, Dan.
Yeah.
I went to bed on Friday, this past week, and had 20 followers on Twitter.
I was one of them. Okay.
Right? And you were one of them. And I mean, when I say this is my second Twitter account. I had one when it first came out. I think it got up to like 700, but I never did anything with it. I was like, you know what? I don't even use this platform. I'm off of it. I got back on it this year, just on a whim. I had 20 followers on Friday or Sunday, somewhere between there. I woke up and did not know what was happening, and there were 250. And then the next day it was 300 and something. And today it's 500 and something. We're closing in on 600. I'm bugging, man. I'm like, here I am, middle-aged dude having a time of his life. I got a brand new son. My wife's doing great. And just everything's coming together all at one time, and it's a great ride. I appreciate the fact that the fans love the game as much as they love my performance as much as they love the game, because they don't have to. I mean, sometimes you just play a game and you love the game, But for them to tap into what me and Ozzy were creating, it's as an actor, a stage actor, like I all I can do is ask for, all I ever really want is that connection with the audience, and for them to respond immediately and go. So all these likes and all this connection on Twitter, to me, that's applause.
Yeah.
And so I accept it.
So were you looking out for the reviews for Deathloop like hours before? Were you nervous, or did it just start dropping and you're like, whoa, here we go?
It started dropping and I was like, yo, what's happening? What am I supposed to do? And very much like a kid in the candy store, I very rarely have gotten attention for my work or accolades for my work. I put my head down and I just do the work. I don't look up looking for the shine. When it's there, it's usually me realizing, oh, it's bright now. I should stop and take a moment and enjoy it. And this is probably the brightest moment I've had nationally on a spot, on some work. My Twizzler spot's doing kind of well in the States. I got Twizzler spot of me sitting on the beach just talking crap.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been running all year long. And so I keep getting hit up about that. And I did a Super Bowl spot years ago. That was an interesting experience because my phone just was buzzing for about 3 hours. But this is Deathloop's that project, man. That first project where people go, oh, this dude, yeah, we like this guy's work. So I'm happy about it.
What's the most sort of amazing comment that you've got so far about your work, or that you've read that really made you go, wow, that's awesome?
Oh, wow. I would have to actually pull it up because I think I just reposted it the other day. It was a young guy, and he really just took a moment to say, a lot of people have taken moments to say how much they appreciate the work that we've done. But this one for him hit in a different way. And he's an African-American young man. And I think he saw himself in a video game for the first time in a way that he normally doesn't get to see himself.
That's awesome,
and
man.
That means the world to me. In a way where it's not going, hey, there's a black dude as the lead of a game. It was, here's a dope game. It happens to have this lead who's a black man in it. To not make a big deal out of it, but to let it stand for itself and let it just be color, let it be a backdrop to the story. Like that's what that's all I can ask for,
Yeah.
Because you can beat things on the head, you know what I mean? And then it feels a little too gratuitous and overdone. But when you just do it and you let the quality of the work be and stand for itself and people connect with it, regardless of who they're seeing, for someone to see themselves in the game in that moment and go, hey, I appreciate you. I've never seen this before. And it makes me feel really good. And it feels like it's something that's a part of the culture now. That's the best compliment I think I can get for my work.
But even the writing, man, was phenomenal, wasn't it? Just spot on all the way through, wasn't it?
And it's so much easier to act when the writing's great.
I was gonna say, yeah, it helps
because
doesn't it?
90% of the work is the script. If it ain't on the page, it's not going to work live. You can put all your panache on you want, but if it's not on the page, it's just not going to work. And this script, the team at Arcane did an amazing job just designing thoughtfully and meticulously the details and the specifics of these characters, and then casting me and Ozzy and throwing us together in a crucible and being directed by Bennett. Oh my God. We couldn't have asked for anything better. It was magic. It's what you hope for as an actor.
What I love as well, now a lot of people don't know, but voice actors like you and Ozzy wouldn't usually be able to share the booth, or usually you'd be by yourself for one, she'd be by herself, you'd listen to playback, but I believe there was a couple of instances where you got together.
Yeah, so we were able to, hold on, I'm gonna readjust. We were able, during the first wave of COVID, the first round of lockdowns, there was one day that and I don't know if it was during or if it was, my timeline's really a little off, but the two of us were able to get in the booth at the same time. And when I first started hearing her tracks, I was like, oh God, you guys got to get us together. Like, she's got that fire and I play really well off of her thing. And they got us together. And I think there's a clip of it on that just got dropped on Twitter earlier today that I didn't even know they had, of the two of us in a scene playing off of each other. And it was just 4 hours of us.
Hold on, in the booth.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to check this out.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh yeah. So
That's awesome.
a young Twitter follower wanted to know if they had any footage, and Bennett had some. And there's a picture. So it's magical because it's me and Ozzy in the booth, and then Bennett in the foreground directing us, and you just hear the magic popping. And he's like, yep, that's it. He start laughing, and they recorded it. So it's out there. It's great. It's great to have.
That's amazing, man. So when did you first meet her? 2019?
That day. 2019. No, 2020. Early 2020.
So can I ask, were any of the lines recorded at your booth there?
No. Everything for consistency and sound and mic quality and space, everything was done at a recording studio in Burbank, as well as in Toronto while I was up there shooting this summer.
Well, I have to say, man, I've told you before, but you fucking rocked it, man. You were awesome, brother. You for me, you really made the game. No, honestly, I don't want to suck up your ass, but the humor, man, as well. Like, I don't know if that was that a direction you got, or did you play with that, or what? Because the humor's so well done.
I got the job because of my sense of humor with the character. I always ask, whenever I book a job, I always ask, why'd you book me for this job? Bennett told me straight out, he's like, you were the guy that figured out his sense of humor right off the bat. And I almost always try to find a character's sense of humor, even if it's a heavy scenario or a heavy situation or a character with gravitas. I always try to find their sense of humor because they're human and everybody's got one. I mean, Freddy Krueger's got a sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like, every character has one. You just got to tap into it and find it. And for me, that's how I kind of lock into somebody. And then once I get it, I can pull it back or throttle it up. But that was where my original training came from, Second City. So learning how to find the humor in tough or dark scenarios, I just found works really well off of my timbre and my energy and my character type.
People in here saying congrats, Jason, just for the stellar year that you're having and for the game.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks. I appreciate it. Now, I'm having a margarita right now to celebrate.
I wish I had one, but it's a bit early here. It's only 8 a.m. So
it's 6:30 somewhere. It's 3:30 here. Well, it's 6:30 somewhere, or 6 o'clock somewhere.
Joel here says, what was your favorite exchange between Colt and Julianna?
Ooh. Oh, wow. That's tough.
It's probably hard to trigger your memory as well.
No, I mean, it is. I haven't had the chance to play the game yet. So I'm obviously going off of memory, but there's this segment where we're bantering. She's teasing me, Colt. I'm like, ugh, shut up. And we're just back and forth, and she does end up getting the best of me. And I think it's a segment where it's actually towards the beginning of the game where Colt catches Colt on a cliff and is holding him by his ankle, and then she pops in. That segment, the day we did that segment, we were just going back and forth at each other and doing these just one-liners of me reacting to her showing up and her going off, murking him. We did that for about 15, 20 minutes. It was magical because we just came up with gold. And then there was another part where we were actually, I don't want to give anything away for those that haven't gotten to the end of the game.
The reveal?
Or towards the end of the game. But the reveal at after I've ridden the ship up on top of the tower, and it's just the two of us going back and forth.
How was that done, by the way? Was that just by yourselves, that part?
No, we got that. That's the part that was actually done live.
I love it. I thought so.
Yeah, because it's the heart of their relationship. It's the heart of what's going on between the two of them. And it was so much easier to make that real and find those turns and be honest and find the truth in those moments, doing it one off of each other. Because there was a point in time where the script was on the screen, and she was to my right. And we had already done it enough times that we knew the dialogue, so we were just playing it off each other.
Yeah, wow.
We weren't even looking at the screen.
Did you know about the story arc and where it was going when you first started the role? Were you shown that, or was it developed? Yeah, I thought so.
I was like, "Oh, I got a job! Thank you, God! I got a job." Oh, it's been a long time since I got a job. I've been trying to book a video game for years. I mean, you know what I mean? I've done some bit stuff here and there, but I was like, oh, this is a job. And then when I found out it was the lead, I went, oh, this is a job.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring my A game completely.
So you're not a gamer, are you?
I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I'm an actor. I used to game back in the early 2000s. I had a PS3. I did. I was a huge NCAA football fan. I used to play that a lot. I had Michael Vick so beefed up in that game. He is just dusting teams by himself. But I got into Devil May Cry series. Yep. I got deep into that. And then right around the time I was moving to LA and getting established in my craft, I had to make some really strong decisions about how I was going to be moving. And I was spending so much time in improv and sketch and a little bit of stand-up and in class that I just didn't have the time. And I didn't want to commit that kind of time to gaming when I had this massive mountain to climb called becoming a good actor. So I put it aside and just focused on my craft for the better part of 7 years. It's a long time. Took me a while to learn it. And, then I got to a point I was like, oh, I think I might want to get a gaming system. And then I started dating the woman who's now my wife. And I had a Harley at the time. And I was like, you know what? I think I have enough distractions. Let me just focus on her and and not buy a new station. And so I don't have one.
See, I get away with it because it's my job. But if it wasn't,
that,
I'd probably be in trouble.
Right. But I think, I don't know. She now wants me to get one because of this. And
yeah,
I'm like, cool, I appreciate it. She won't let me get a Harley. So I'm going to take the PS5.
The PS5, yeah.
I'll take it. But I'm like I said, my son's 7 months old. And
congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you. He's adorable. God, they say a baby brings with it a basket of bread. And my kid brought the whole bakery and some customers and a bunch of recipes. And it's great. Like, we just working nonstop. And it's amazing. And I waited a long time.
Is his name Colt? No.
No, not at all. I tried to name him, and my wife was like, yeah, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
She just hated all the names I came up with. Because, see, my cousin is Justin Chukari. He's we're cousins through marriage, so our wives are first cousins. Yeah. He's one of the leads of Black Summer on Netflix. And he and I are clowns, so we are always coming up with stupid stuff. And he's like, yo, cuz, man, you should, I know you're going to name your son with your wife and your last name, Ashanafi Kelley, which is an A and a K. He's like, you should go with an O name. So his nickname is Oak. So when he's playing sports, they say, oh, Kelley with the touchdown. Oh, Kelley with the pass. I was like, Oak. So I started going on this tear with O names, and my wife was just going, no, he's not going to be called Oak. So she came up with a great name for him.
Did that becoming a new father help with this role in any way? You'll get what I'm saying here, but I don't want to go any further than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you go through a massive emotional shift in your life, you become a better whatever you're at. Whatever it is you do, you become better. because your focus increases because you don't have time to play, and you don't have time. You don't have time for the process of learning from a failure. So what I mean by that is, I never lose. It's always win or learn. But if you have a failure in life, it can set you back because you got to go and learn something to get yourself ready for whatever's next. I don't have time for that right now. I've failed up a lot, but I've failed so much that when I got this part, I went, oh, I know how to do this job. Having him on the horizon made me go, oh, I got to knock this out of the park because it's going to be publicized. It's going to get press. It's going to either be panned or it's going to be a hit. If it's panned, I may not work again. If it's a hit, I may not work again. But I also may have a better opportunity to work. And everything I've been doing since he showed up has been the best work I've ever done. I just got out of my way and just started leading with my heart and just letting it come out and trusting it. I know I'm running on about some of this stuff, but this is like the spiritual side of me. And
no.
Bro, do you have kids?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Are you married?
Pretty much, yeah. Not
okay,
really. No,
so,
I'm not, but I'm,
Not. Yeah, I get it. So
yeah.
You're going to get to a point when you have a kid. You're going to find out what matters and what does not matter in your life. Everything's going to get pared back and pruned. The things that aren't important are going to fall away. The stuff that makes the difference, the stuff that you're like 100% all heart for, that is just going to expand and become more and greater. And my God, it's insane to me standing on the outside, looking at what's happening and watching my work and going, oh yeah, I buy that 100%. And I know it's him. I know it is.
That's amazing, man. I love it.
I'm the same dude I was a year and a half ago when I got this job. The only thing that's changed is my heart's been opened 1,000,000 miles wide.
So was he already here? I'm guessing you started recording before he was here, and then some point during he came, yeah, or not?
Well, somewhere during I came.
Yeah.
Sorry, you set that up. It's not my fault. Bam.
Oh shit.
I auditioned. I apologize to your viewers. I'm blame it on the juice. Got me feeling loose. I auditioned on October 19.
Yeah.
We started in December, January 20.
Yeah.
COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Really was like Kobe died and then COVID hit, which was ridiculous. And we were already trying. And then right when the uprising and the marches and the riots occurred, we found out that we were pregnant. So it was June 2020. We found out, and we were already still recording.
Yeah.
We were already still doing records for it. And so from that point forward, stuff just started shifting. It just started shifting. That's the best way I can describe it.
Kisme here says it was probably easier to get a Harley than a PS5 right now.
It probably is.
Oh shit! You don't have one, do you yet? PS5. They need to give Arcane. Come on, guys! You need to give your lead star a PS5, please.
Yeah, but think about how that looks for them. It's great for me, but how it plays for them, they have to give every one of their leads.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And like that gets expensive.
It's expensive, yeah.
Improbable. So I just did a bit. I was just doing a bit in that video about I was. But some people are like putting it on their websites and their blogs. Get this guy a PS5, and I'm like, hey, if somebody gonna give me a PS5, I ain't gonna say no. I am not gonna say no. But I just can't justify springing for it when I got to pay for diapers.
Did you know about the stylish art style of this game? Like when did you start to see the art and things come together, because the character really fit well. You know, the beautiful leather jacket. I hope you got that leather jacket. I hope you got that somewhere.
I'm kind of trying to get them to get me one of those.
Bit of a cosplay, eh?
A little bit of cosplay. I'll take that. Or if they can just give me the patch on the back. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That thing is so fresh. Like, it's so cool. I mean, I'm dead up trying to figure out what I'm going to get as a tattoo from the game. I haven't figured it out. If anybody has any ideas.
What's on the top of the list at the moment? Do you have a top contender?
Black Reef. There's that little black and orange silhouette of him sitting on the beach. That would be a dope tattoo.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That. Yeah, I like that.
That'd be hella fresh. So I'm thinking about that. I'm totally open to suggestions anybody's got. If they got great ones, hit me on Twitter. You got the information. Let me know what you think. If anybody wants to design one for me, even better. I'm down.
That'd be good.
You know what I mean? That'd be cool, right? And I would definitely do it. You had a question that you just asked me, and I was rambling.
The style, like the art style.
The style.
When did you first see it and go? What was your reaction?
I don't remember the exact time. I think it was spring, 2020, and I think it was a trailer that I got to see a piece of.
Yep.
And I went, "Oh, this is the world we're playing." Because I was in a bubble for 4 months. I didn't know really what was going on or what we were doing. I was just trusting Bennett completely with the direction. Then I saw it and I went, "Oh, y'all done made like a jive ass cool James Bond style 1960s thriller, action thriller." And then the light bulb went on and I went, "Oh, okay. I know exactly where I need to live in this." And the tough part about it was because it's so stylized, the vernacular. I had to be very, very careful with my vernacular and very specific. There were certain words that we couldn't use because they don't exist in that world. There were certain ways that I enunciate.
Any examples?
Motherfucker versus motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I dropped my ER on a lot of things.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right? And so it wasn't that. And he's more polished. And
I noticed that.
And it's right. And it's because of the time, because we didn't start dropping those letters until the 70s and 80s. So in the 60s, people were still aspiring to represent an ideal. And he was one of those in my mind, he's that type of person that was still maintaining a specific ideal and professionalism. So I had to watch that. Words like hell, son of a bitch, or son bitch. Like most of it came out in the cousin, but there were certain things that I just couldn't say because it's not the world we were living in. It was just more stylized than that. And Bennett kept me really honest and kept me on task with that. But I was blown away when I first saw it. And I think the first full piece I saw was like a stylized trailer of the 2D, the very Bondy 2D kind of look. And I was like, oh, people are going to jive. They're going to like this.
I'm telling you now, man, you're going to be up for best performance for the Game Awards. I'm just letting you know. Now, so I hope you're free in December. LA December. You could be getting up there as well. I don't know. You'll definitely be nominated, man. I'm telling you right now.
It'll be an honor to be nominated. I've never individually been nominated for anything as a performer. I have won one award as an actor in an ensemble for another project. But the weird thing about getting nominated for stuff like that, especially this.
What do you feel bad or something? Is there something?
No, because it's just I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm not that. I don't get that unless Bennett is directing me and I'm playing off of Ozzy. I'm great in this part because they wrote it really well and I know how to play in that character. But elevated because of Bennett, because of Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in that part is gonna shine. If they're an actor, they're gonna shine in. I was talking to one of the a cat from, I guess he's American, or no, he's Italian. He said he played it in the English version and he also played it in the Italian version. And he told me, he's like, yo, you were great in it. Keeping it real, the Italian actor did a great job as well. I was like, of course he did.
For Deathloop?
Like, yeah, the Italian version.
I haven't heard the other language. Oh,
yeah.
Shit,
So,
yeah.
you know, I mean, they did such a good job that all you had to do was show up and be available, and it was going to work. So to get nominated, it's like the PS5. I'll take it.
I'm just
But
letting you know,
at the
man.
same time,
when you do get that nomination, I'm going to hit you up saying, "Told you so, brother."
Man,
Okay.
you be the first one. Be the first one.
I got a question here from the Hunter. He says, compared to the 80s and 90s with Super Nintendo to PlayStation 1, all the way down to the PS5, what does it feel? What does Jason feel about the way gaming has changed?
That's an incredibly great question, because my first video game was Pong on the Atari 2600. I'm dating myself. But to start off in that block form, two-dimensional asteroids, centipede, Pac-Man, to be alive for the evolution, the creation and the evolution of video games, and to watch it all happen, sometimes up close and sometimes at a distance. I'm absolutely blown away by what they're doing now. When I moved to Germany when I was in seventh, eighth grade. So I missed out on a lot of video games because at that time we were disconnected. When I left, Dragon's Lair, if my memory serves me correctly, was the first big video game arcade that incorporated full-on animation, like Disney style animation, full-on animation with a video game. And I remember then going, yo, this is something different. And what I see now, and like you said, the last time I played games was the Tiger Woods golf, NCAA football, and Devil May Cry. The storytelling and the cinematics that come with what is in gaming today. Some of these things need to be made into movies or TV series because the storytelling is so damn good. It's so good.
Oh man, you and Ozzy in a live action Deathloop movie, man. That's sick. That's a great idea,
bro. Like that would be fire.
You like the sound of that? Yeah, I think you do.
Yes, I told him straight up. I said, if y'all cast Idris Elba, we're gonna have a problem because I can act.
Oh shit!
And I can get jacked. I can get ripped for this part. I'm already working on it.
Hey, you look a little bit like Colt. I'll have to have a go.
No, I do. I think there were a couple sessions where he had the video camera in my face because it was always virtual. I was in the booth and they were almost always on screen somewhere.
Yeah.
And they told me, they said, oh, no, keep the camera on your face because we're going to be using some of this. I didn't really know what that meant because we didn't have any facial capture dots on me because I've done that before for a project that's coming out next year. Hint, hint.
Oh yes, I'm excited. Okay, we'll shut up now. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'll just say sequel. That's all I can say.
Okay. Don't get me. So I'm having you back next year. Is what you're telling me?
Yeah. So I booked like 3 big video games this year. 2 of them aren't coming out for a while.
So you are on
comes
fire.
out next year.
Shit. I love
We're
this.
warm.
Man. I love this.
We're
man.
warm. We're warm as hell right now because this booth ain't got no AC. It's hot.
You can open the door if you want, man. It's all good.
I'm gonna get a little bit of air real quick.
Yeah, please. I don't want you. We sort of don't want you to die during the interview. If you could do it after, that'd be no.
Don't die on camera. Hilarious.
No, that's amazing, man. I've got a question here.
Before we jump to the next question, did I answer that previous question?
Yeah. How do you feel about how gaming's changed.
Yeah.
Long Term says Jason is amazing. That's it. That's it. You're just amazing, man. Can Jason cook? Joel says.
Yeah. I'm cold in the kitchen and on the grill. Like, I'm a beast.
Hey. Are you in front of the barbecue or what? Where are you most comfortable?
Most comfortable in front of a barbecue. But I mean, I throw down on some spaghetti sauce. I make a mean breakfast. I don't really have recipes. I just throw stuff together that I know it tastes good. I broil the most insane salmon. Like, my salmon is ridiculous. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. Don't broil salmon. First of all, always broil salmon, but don't broil it meat side up. Flip it over so the skin gets crispy.
I always get trouble with the skin, man. That's what gets me.
Broil it with the skin up.
Yeah, right.
Skin up, and then when that's done, flip it, and then let the rest of the meat cook for like 5 minutes.
There you go. Now I'm going to ask you about Taylor Sheridan. We were talking off air, but I'm working on this new show of yours that's coming to Paramount Plus. I mean, what was that like, man? Because he's a phenomenal, writer and director, and I mean he's
phenomenal talent, like, actor, writer, director, producer. Taylor's 50, 51, and
is he? Wow,
ripped. Like, this dude, I showed up to set the first day. I had a scene, my very first scene. I was nervous as hell. I had a scene with Renner and my boy James Jordan. It's the three of us in a scene. And nervous as hell. Like, I'd been working on my material for days and days and days and days and days. And Taylor just comes in and I'm going, good God, dude. Like, save some cow for the rest of us. Like, bruh, he's yoked. And he's got his mask on. He's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, do this. What's great about him, he casts, and it's not me, he casts people that are the part or that are just so naturally real and interesting that it can't help but come through on screen, right? And I watched all the people that he put in this film, in this TV series. Well, it's a 10-episode film, basically. And everybody's so different. There's a lot of new cast, a lot of new faces in this cast, people that you just not heard of. And him and Hugh Dillon are hands down some of the best writers for just raw, gritty, realistic material. They pull from reality and their resources. A lot of fun to work with. Doesn't have to direct a lot because, again, he gets the people that he wants, that he knows can do the job. So he just comes in with a little note. Yeah, try this. Try it softer. Try a little heavier.
Really?
Just think it.
Doesn't micromanage.
Doesn't micromanage the scenes at all. Like, not at all. He knows what he wants. He's got an incredible team of people around him. And he just lets the creatives do what it is they do. And then he makes decisions and choices about what he wants.
Yeah, interesting.
Can't wait to work with this guy again. I had such a great time. I got to work with him one or 2 days. And then the rest of the time that I was there, I was interacting a lot with his writing partner, creative partner, Hugh Dillon. And Hugh is Canadian rock, punk rock royalty. And just a cool dude, kicking it with him and just learning about the craft and learning about producing and creating from that level with guys. Because that's what it is. Like, neither one of them walk with this air of superiority or celebrity or overly polished shine or presentational branding. They're just guys. Like, have a drink with them, shoot a scene with them, go ride a horse with them. That's how they are. And it was hands down one of the best creative processes I've had as an on-camera actor in my career. It was incredible.
Am I going to love this show if I've loved, Wind River, Sicario, and Yellowstone?
Ooh, bro.
I'm ready. Get ready.
Dan, everybody, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. There were 3 episodes that I read.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta go take a bath. Oh, that's so dark.
Really?
I can't believe
Whoa.
they wrote this. I can't believe the studio's letting them do this.
So this is dark
I can't believe
stuff.
You're dealing with a world set within a prison town where the entire community is driven by that industry. Just imagine the degree of dark corners you can go into in that world. And they go down them, and then they start moving stuff around to see what's in there. And it's gonna blow you away. It's this TV series. I love Yellowstone. I dead up was like, yo, Q, if y'all got need a black cowboy, can you cast me? Because I'm in. This show they wrote before Yellowstone, 11 or 12 years ago. And I have a friend that works for the network, and they're like, yo, this is the best material they've got coming out.
I think it's gonna be a real hit.
It's gonna be huge.
I got a feeling.
And Jeremy,
I could just tell by the trailer, man.
Jeremy Kyle and Diane Wiest. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're so good in this.
Yeah. What was it like working with Jeremy? What's he? Because he's a star. I mean, he is a bona fide star. So, and you said you were really nervous. I don't blame you. Like, is he easy to work with? How did that go for you?
You know what I love about Renner, and we only got this one scene, but he just got done with Hawkeye 2 or 3 weeks before, and showed up here doing this job. And sitting across from him and watching him prepare, like he was immediately available. Hey, how you doing? Pleasure to meet you. Shaking hands. He's the type of star that I would want to be when I'm a star, where you just don't read your press clippings to the point where it goes to your head. He's a guy's guy who got to LA and just did the work and ground it out, was great at what he does, but got lucky with some jobs. And when he got lucky, he was ready. And he shines, and he's cool. He's the type of cat you want to hang out with. Very cool guy. Great to work with. His work ethic blew my mind. I'm sitting here watching him learn a 5-page scene while he's learning our scene, and then has another one right behind it. And I'm sitting here watching him just grind it out and just making adjustments as he goes and just throwing it out there and playing the moment. And I went, that's it.
Wow.
That's it. Fully aware of who he is, fully aware of what he represents. Take nothing from him on that. But he puts stock in it. There's no ego. You can't have that kind of ego in this degree, in today's film, TV, celebrity world. If you have an ego, your career is going to be short. It's just going to be short because people don't have patience for it anymore.
Yeah. Ari here says, do you have a favorite movie, Jason?
Gosh, that's tough.
Maybe a couple you can come to mind.
From the 70s, obviously, Star Wars, right there in the pocket.
Yeah.
From the 80s, probably Back to the Future. From the 90s, probably it's a toss-up between Forrest Gump and Boys in the Hood. Two very different films.
Yeah, I was going to say very different films.
Very different films. Very, very different.
But shows your diversity.
Yeah. And then from the 2000s, 2020 and the 10s and teens are tough because there's a lot of stuff I like. And I had started on my path. Devil in a Blue Dress. I don't think Don Cheadle's phenomenal. He's so good in that movie. He's deadly and hilarious at the same time, and I love that.
I watched him in a movie recently this year. I forgot the name of it, but he was also really good.
Yeah, it dropped on HBO Max. Yes, and I just drew a blank on what it is, but
you know what I'm talking about?
Great.
Yeah.
Great film. Yeah, once you get into 2000s and like the last 20 years, there's so many movies that I think are my favorite films. I couldn't even begin to pinpoint any one of them. I think Endgame, as a film, as a movie, as a popcorn movie, I don't know how you tie that much together and make that many things work in one film, in one 3-hour film, but they did it, and it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I could say that even though it came out in 99, I could say that The Matrix is my favorite of the 2000s. Transformative film. I like movies that are very transformative in that way.
What'd you think of the new trailer?
Come on, man. Like, think about how brilliant that is. Yo, we're going to relaunch the franchise. Okay, how you going to do it? Well, what happened if he had taken the blue pill?
Yeah.
That's where they're starting to film.
He doesn't age, that man. He doesn't age, man. He's
that dude. That's the guy that's the class act. That's one of those. You hear have you heard about some of the things that he's done?
Oh yeah. I have.
You know what I mean?
He's a really known to be a really nice guy. Him and Hugh Jackman are up there, I think. Just known to be very
generous,
classy
very,
guys.
very generous.
Yeah.
And he really learned how to do all that shooting in John Wick. So don't knock on his door late at night.
We all right to give you a couple more questions, Jason?
Sure. Yeah, I got time.
We've got one here from Nickel who says, did you have a favorite catchphrase or line, one specific line? I know we mentioned Julianna before, but is there one specific line that comes to mind or like saying?
I like the word Ricchetto plan because I just had a hard time saying it. I say Ricchetto plan one time in it, and I love that word. I like multisyllabic words, but I do just like, I will break this motherfucking loop. There's something
I love that line, man.
Sam Jackson that.
That's epic. I love that line. Especially with that animated style they put over. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I've seen all the trailers. I haven't seen as much of the game, but the trailers are epic.
Well, if you want to see work, man, I've got pretty much every line recorded in a video. So just head over to my channel, check it out. You can watch your whole work.
I saw a part of it. I was watching one of the vids the other day. And I was like, oh, he done captured most of the line. I love it. I've seen the first 20 minutes of the game. And that brought back some memories of recording them because at that time, I didn't know what world I was in. And I approached the material like I would approach a script for a TV show. So I printed everything out. I got it in my binder. I went through, I read it out loud. I made choices. I was like, what's this about? What's this mean? I don't know what that means. I made notes. And then I got in the booth and then it was like, yeah, you don't need all that. I'm going to direct you on everything. I went, oh, okay, great. But I came with everything I prepared. I prepared. And I came with everything that I had. And we threw it all out the window. And you end up with the performance that we got.
Did you get any backstory on Colt's wife? No. When I found out that I had a wife, that's as far as we went with it. Yeah, right.
And but that we were very much in love. That we had a wonderful relationship, and then something happened, and he's scarred from it. That's all I got.
Interesting. Beautiful. All right. Well, Jason, is there any other upcoming projects that you want to plug that we should keep an eye out for?
Yeah. So ironically, what's today? The 16th. So I don't know if you guys get Paramount Plus down under.
We just got it. Yeah, we just got it.
So there's a new animated series called The Harper House coming out that drops today. And I believe I play former President Barack Obama in episode 6. And it's the first time I've gotten a chance to really cut loose and play around with that character and that voice. and it is kind of good, bro. It's kind of good, man. It's kind of good. So we got that, and then
is that your first time doing Obama, or?
No, I mean, no. I've been working on Obama and doing Obama. I did the CBS Diversity Showcase back in 2009, and it was a live sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
In LA, and he won the day before we did our show. So I was doing him back. I was doing him back in the sketch comedy improv world, probably in 2000.
I was going to say, because I know someone that does Biden, and he always gets called back to do Biden stuff, obviously, because it's you know what I mean.
Yeah. I did an episode of Let's Be Real on Fox as President Obama opposite Bruce Springsteen. They were doing a spoof of the podcast that the two of them do. And then Fox has a new pilot that Tyler the creator is doing, and they just cast me in that. So a couple things,
nice.
But the next job is the next audition, man. I got a series regular TV. I got to put myself on tape for tonight or tomorrow. So
nice.
Just back, always grinding, man.
So Paramount Plus, and then Mayor as well coming out later this year. November, I think it was.
Yeah, November, I believe 14th, 13th or 14th on Mayor Kingstown.
Beautiful. And anything, there are other things coming, but keep an eye out on the socials for those, eh?
Yeah, keep an eye on the socials. I'm not able to announce yet the next big video game I'm in, but it's a big one, and I'm in the cinematics for that.
Well, what's cool is I think these game companies are starting to recognize these voice actors have followings and have fans and are actually announcing it ahead of time these days.
Yeah, they are.
So
it's, I don't know why the gaming industry historically has never really leaned into the actors that they've got casting these voices. I know it's not about us, but we help. I pour my life and my heart into a job. So when it's time to promote, and I'm ultimately going to be responsible for a lot of it, the actor's almost always responsible for the work that they do. So yeah, to have us be a part of the promotional activities and putting our names out there and letting us get a little bit of the spotlight of the game so that we can then point that to our followings I don't know why they don't do it more, because they're casting a lot of actors that live in both worlds. And if you got people that got on camera careers, why wouldn't you leverage that for the success of your game? So it's nice to see that they're starting to do that. I'm totally honored that Arcane because Bethesda decided to do that with us.
Yeah, because you were at QuakeCon, which is months before the game came out. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great. And this is my first foray interacting and connecting with the community. And you guys are great. You guys are amazing.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, because even, usually if I would have hit you up, if I would have hit an actor up like I did with you, they wouldn't even respond to me until the game came out, because they'd be scared of, releasing information about them being involved. You know what I mean?
Bro, I got a page of things I couldn't talk about if we did this yesterday or had done this 2 days ago. And I was like, all right, so let me schedule with you later in the week, because when we get on, if I happen to be drinking and something slips out, I'm not liable.
Thank you, man. So, guys, make sure to follow Jason. He's on Insta, Twitter, anywhere else, brother?
I have a Facebook, but that's Insta and Twitter is better. JasonKelley.jk on
Instagram
Insta.
And Jason Kelley _JK on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's Jason Kelley with the EY. Because that gets dropped a lot. And then if you use the E, Jason E. Kelley, it's Jason E. Kelley with no period in there. It's just a personal thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a bougie ass personal thing, but it's something that I do.
Hold on, so you like the period or you don't?
I don't like the period for whatever reason, and that actually came. Quick story.
Yeah, no.
I lied. It's not gonna be a quick story. So you know the seat back chairs, the seat backs that we get that they have on sets.
Yeah.
Right. So hold on, let me grab mine. So I'm on set. So here is my first one from Mayor of Kingstown. Right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You see this shit?
No. Oh,
K-E-L-L.
no.
Right?
No.
It became a rolling joke between me and Hugh Dillon. Me and Hugh Dillon. There are now 4 of these. I have this one. This was from my last day on set. Me and Hugh would come in and be like, "Did you see your chair?" I'm like, "Yeah, but the name's spelled wrong." He's like, "What? No, I'm on this." And he'd take off and he'd go and talk to somebody. And then the next day there would be another chair and another set, another chair, and it would be spelled wrong. And it was Jason E. Kelley with no period. And he's like, "Did you get your chair?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." He's like, Is it right?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "What's wrong?" I showed him. He was like, "Damn it, I'm on it. This is my mission." And so he made it this mission to get me my seat back right. And he goes and he gets it. He finally gets the one that's Jason E. Kelley, K-E-L-E-Y. And we get it. He puts it up. He's like, "Did you get your chair?" "Yeah, I got it." He's like, "Let me see it." And I get up. He looks at it and he goes, "I don't like the period." "We're taking it out."
Okay, no.
"I'll get you another one." And the next day, he got me one. He said, Jason E. Kelley.
Oh, so you do have the good
with
one.
no, so
Okay.
they're sending me the good ones, but it was great in that he went, "Drop the period. It just flows better." I went, "This is kind of like that scene in Social Network where Timberlake's character goes, "Just make it Facebook. Drop the the. It's clean."
Oh, that's perfect, man. Yeah.
He is right. So that's what we're doing.
Before I let you go, man, is there anything you want to say to the fans, just quickly?
You guys, I really appreciate your support of the game. Ozzy and Bennett and the whole Arcane and Bethesda team, we're absolutely blown away by your response. We thank you for making us a part of your excitement and your journey into the game. We hope that you keep on playing, keep on supporting. Hit us up on the socials. I'm usually pretty active and responding if I can. I know Ozzy's on a series right now and sometimes a little busy, but I really just appreciate you guys welcoming us into your homes and playing characters that we voiced. And we look forward to seeing you guys on the next game. Really appreciate it. This has been one of the highlights of this year for me, and I appreciate you guys.
You mean the interview, not the game coming out, yeah?
Huh?
You mean this interview's the highlight, right? Yeah.
This interview, bro, like this is my first. Dan, this is my first interview.
Oh, that can't be right. No,
this is my first independent interview about anything I've done, and I've been a part of some projects, man. This is my first one.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, brother. Thanks for having me, man. This has been a blast and a joy. It's always fun to connect to people that somehow connect with your work.
Oh, man.
And I appreciate you.
We all love the performance, man. Is there anything quickly before I let you go that Colt can say to Dan, or is there anything he can I don't know. I just want to hear that voice one more time, man. I just love it.
This is Colt calling out to Dan the Animal Allen. I'm gonna break this fucking loop, or I'm gonna break your neck.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Guys,
hey, brother, I appreciate it. Troy Baker says, "What's up?" I was just on the phone with him the other day. He said you're
awesome,
great people.
Man. Awesome, man. Thank you.
I'm sending that message to you, man.
I hope you're in a game with him. That'd be fantastic. All right. All right. Let's not get in trouble. Guys, follow Jason. He's an absolute fucking legend. We appreciate your time, man, and look forward to doing it again, brother.
Likewise, brother. Take care.
Take care, man.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me, and the rest of these maniacs.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's matinee. This little ditty goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Colt, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
Toxic illusion, falling deeper spiral down. Static delusion. This is where we do or die. And I've been here before, face to face with the gun. Up against all the odds, and I'm the only one. Oh, I've been here before. It must be true. This is Deathloop. At the beginning it's deja vu. In this game of survival that never ends.
Stay still for like a second.
What the? Grenade!
Die already! You're doomed! Somebody's feeling feisty.
Oh, I've been here before. It must be true. It must be true. This is Deathloop. At the beginning of the end again. It's deja.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you. Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
Fucking idiot. Sorry, everybody. My microphone was not turned on. Guys, welcome to Breaking News with Alan Daniels. I'm Alan Daniels. Let's get into our first story. And this is Call of Duty 2022 is reportedly a Modern Warfare sequel. I cannot believe it. No one saw this coming, even though there's a 3-year cycle on the Call of Duties, and it was obvious. Our next story, Nicolas Cage says he will never retire from acting. The reason being, he's a national treasure. Yeah, I came up with that myself. And our final story, Battlefield, has been delayed by a month. This gives the opening to Call of Duty to maybe take away some of their player base. Or will it work in Battlefield's favor? I'll let you, the viewers, find out, I guess. Now, our weatherman is on the line, Jeremy Longbottom. I don't know if you can hear us, Jeremy. Jeremy, you're in Black Reef. How is it down there?
Wow, Alan, I'm having an absolute splendid time here at Black Reef Island. I've died about 86 times, but nonetheless, I keep on coming back, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to be here on the... Hey, please don't.
Jeremy, I don't know what happened there. Unfortunately, we've lost Jeremy. Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, well, that's it for Breaking News with Alan Daniels. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jeremy Longbottom and Alan Daniels. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that incredible chat with the man himself, Jason Kelley. His first ever interview, would you believe that, guys, was with yours truly. We've done a few people, actually, that have done their first interview with us. If you remember, Becca Pruitt, her first interview was with us, and she quietly told me the other day it's still her favorite. So, you know, I just thought I'd throw that out there. But look, guys, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, I really do appreciate if you could become a member of the channel. Click the join button for $4.99 per month. Really helps me out, and it continues to help me to give you guys the quality content that you deserve, if you know what I'm trying to say. Jesus, I look big in this let me just, that's a bit more comfy now. Daniel, I knew you'd love the news segment, man. I knew you would, because I love making it. Yeah, Dying Light 2 got delayed. I know. I'm going to cover that game. Don't you worry. Still going to cover it. But, yeah, we're just going to have to wait a little longer, aren't we? I think it was delayed to February, wasn't it? Yeah, February. So, next up for me, a couple more Deathloop videos. We've obviously got Julianna, the voice actor, Ozzy, coming on. But, hey, Northern Nerd Cars. He's back. He's back in the club. The best of the best. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. It really, really appreciate it. You know what it's like. It's there's a lot of streamers out there, you know. We've got a nice community here, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Awesome interview. Thank you, man. I had a lot of fun. Great guy. Really great guy. And the fact that he said he was on the phone to Troy Baker. Okay. He was on the phone to Troy Baker, and Troy knew of us. And he said he loves what we're doing. That's cool to hear, for one. But for two, he said he was in a sequel possibly with Troy Baker coming out next year. What could that be? Let's think. I'm trying to think. What could this game be? A sequel with Troy Baker in it coming out next year. I'll have to think on it. Nothing's coming to me at this moment. Look, I keep thinking of BioShock for some reason, but because that was supposed to come next year, but that's Infinite was already a sequel. I don't know. I'd have to think. What? Yeah. Not sure. Ari, you got an idea for me? Run a competition between the correct guesses where the winner can have a confirmed spot during the interview to ask a question. Oh, yeah, I like that, Ari. Yeah. So, a guess on who my next interview is with. Well, I like that idea, Ari. I might not do it for this one. I might do it in the future, because the interview that's coming up on 30th of September, it's, in my opinion, my biggest guess yet, in my opinion. Some people will think Troy's still bigger, Troy Baker. I believe this person is just incredible. Now, I did tease it a little bit on a community post. I did tease it, let's be honest. But it didn't give it away fully. But if you know your stuff, you probably got an idea of who it is. So I will be announcing that. Probably on the 20th, 21st, I'll be announcing that guest, who that is. But let me just say, it's going to be amazing. And this person doesn't give access very often, okay? For one, and for two, probably one of my favorite voice actors of all time. Okay, so it's going to be a real thrill for me, this one. Oh, no, man, no. Everyone's got funds, you know. The Hunter and Ari, these guys are here every week, and they're not members. Everyone's got a different situation. So, no, I appreciate you, man. At the end of the day, hanging out with me is the best way to support. Leave a like on the video and letting your friends know, you know, sharing on socials or whatever. But I can't, look, I'll confirm it isn't Nolan North, okay? It isn't Nolan North. I'd love to get Nolan. I mean, that's up there for me, Nolan. I think it will happen one day. When the right project of his comes out, or is coming out, I think we'll be able to get him. But there's not much coming out for him at the moment, so... But I think it will happen at some point. Me and Nolan will sit down, and that'll be awesome. You're chatting to Paula Rhodes, yeah. She was great fun, man. I wish I had more time with her. We only had a bit of 50 minutes with her at the time. She was fantastic. She really was fantastic to talk to, and a really highly viewed video of mine, me and Paula Rhodes, ended up doing big numbers. Like, I'm talking 100K plus. Let me look this one up, man. Me and Paula Rhodes did 122K. That's huge. That's decent numbers, man. Yeah, people love her. I don't blame them. She was awesome. Troy Baker is legendary actor. What's your favorite of his? For me, my favorite performance is Joel. But, you know, Joel from The Last of Us. I think it has to be. Now, what's his second best? I'd have to look up just quickly. You know what? Just to refresh my memory. Yeah, I liked him in Bioshock, Arkham Knight, Pagan Min. I loved him as Pagan Min. Didn't get enough screen time. Higgs, Death Stranding. That was a good performance. Yeah, I can't believe he's Agent Jonesy. Sam Drake was good. I don't know, man. I like Pagan Min. I think it was just a different performance for him. I'd love to talk to him about that when Far Cry comes out. Todd Soley. No, it's not Todd Soley. Guys, I've told you 1,000 times. Todd is private. He doesn't do interviews. Guys, unfortunately. So that one, no, that one isn't happening. I'd love it to. Maybe one day. But no, he's a very private person. Booker DeWitt, Saints Row. Yeah. Jason was hilarious, Hunter, wasn't he? He was a great guy. He, really funny. I know why he was cast in Deathloop. I don't know if you guys have played Deathloop. A lot of you. I really recommend it if you haven't. He's fantastic. Yeah, that was the hype of Resi. You're right. If a game like Resident Evil 8 is the most hyped game that I've covered this year by a mile. It is the biggest game this year that's come out. Now, it's not the biggest selling. The best selling game of this year is Call of Duty Cold War, which also had some hype, and I covered it as well. That was probably my last big hyped game. But looking forward, I think Far Cry 6 probably won't have that hype of that level, like a Village. That was really hyped. And, you know, those interviews went off that I did, you know, lots and lots of views. I think the next big game like that, I don't know what it'll be. I'm curious. I think it could be something like a Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter game, or something like Horizon or God of War. I don't know. I don't know what the next big one will be. You know, the DLC for Village will be fantastic. Getting some of those guys back will be great. Can't wait for that. Maggie Robinson will be one of your biggest highlights to the channel. Yeah, that was the biggest live stream I've pretty much ever been a part of. I've had one other live stream that had more concurrence than that, and that was DC Fandom 2020, where I live streamed it, and it had 9,000 concurrents watching me react to shit on that game. That was crazy. I think it was just because people wanted to watch DC. It wasn't for me. Look, I'm the first to know that. But that one just went huge. It was probably just the algorithm or something. But yeah, Maggie was probably the second biggest in terms of numbers. And then, what was third? You know what? The one with Nicole was pretty big. Yeah. In terms of views, Heisenberg, Neil Newborn, and me, we tore it up. We did nearly 200k. Yeah, Dying Light 2 could be big. I don't know about the characters though. Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. That would be the biggest guest I'd ever had on, wouldn't it? Yeah, God of War. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Far Cry 6, guys. I tell you what, it's a fun game, and it gets a lot of heat because it's similar, and it's similar to previous titles. Okay, for one, and for two, it's 6 Far Cry 6. There's been 5 other games. Okay, it's a sequel of a sequel. Right, but I'm telling you guys, I played 4 hours of it. It is a lot of fun. It's gonna hit. The game will hit. The game will probably sell more than Village. Will it have the hype of Village? There's some really, Resident Evil fans are rabid. Will it have that? No, probably not. But I'm gonna cover it. I'm really looking forward to covering it. And I'm actually going to go back to some of the older Far Cries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, New Dawn, Primal, and just sort of capture some footage and reminisce from stuff. So when I get into 6, if there's callbacks, I'll know about them. It'd be cool to do some video comparisons, things like that. It'll give me a little bit of an edge, you know what I mean? But what is this song? I don't know if you can hear this, guys. I'm going to skip this one. But yeah, I think you guys should really look out for it. Take care, Ari. Oh, it wasn't. It makes it really fun when there's hype, doesn't it, Kiss? I mean, the hype for Village was exponential, man. Exponentially crazy. It was. I just knew. I knew because Lady D really propelled that game to new heights for various reasons that you guys know about. But yeah, I saw a funny mod of Lady D, Barney as Lady D. You got to check it out on YouTube. Very funny. Now, I could have just kept doing Resident Evil stuff on the channel, but for me, I like to diversify. I don't know if I want to be stuck with one game ever, the reason, and that hurts me algorithm-wise. That hurts me on YouTube with views and stuff. But for me, for my sanity, I need to play other games, I think. And Resident Evil, like, what am I going to do? It's already been done. There's not much news coming out. Yeah, they've got the movie. But I will look as soon as Village news or DLC or the new game, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to be there. But until then, I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to do other stuff. So, yeah, Michael Mando, Fav Interview. Oh, wouldn't that be... That'd pop off. I mean, that'd be big. That'd be huge. Will it happen? Look, probably not. I'll give it a go. I'll try my best. But, you got to be realistic. He's a big-time actor, Michael. Big-time actor. So, we'll see. We'll see. You never know. You'd love to chat with Rob? Yeah. Who have you got on, man? Let me have a look. Who have you had on so far on all the Nerdcasts? Oh, you had John St. John on. You had Aaron. You had Katie. You had a few of the Resident Evil guys. That's cool. Oh, you've had some good guests, mate. You don't know about the characters, it's about a new cast. What do you mean, Big Smoke? What do you mean by that? It'll probably be Horizon Forbidden West as the next biggest thing unless you get some voice actor. See, Elden Ring will be big, but I don't know about the voice acting side of it will be big. The thing that happened with Village, okay? For one, Resident Evil Village, most of the actors in that game, okay, people didn't know about them. Let's be completely honest. People didn't know about them. No one knew, not many people knew who Becca was or Maggie. They'll tell you themselves. You look, I was one of Maggie's first 20 followers, guys, on Twitter. I was one of her first 20. Now let's look how many she has now. Because I rolled the credits on the game. One of the first people in the world to roll the credits. So I saw Maggie Robertson as Lady D. And I hit her up instantly. She didn't respond. Now she's got 33,000 followers. So, that's what a game can do. It can propel you to new heights. Now, that was with Village. Now, one other thing is the characters in Village were larger than life, right? They were larger than life characters with really boisterous voices, really cool voices that you wanted to know, you wanted to see them do it. Now, for a game like Elden Ring, I'm not sure if it'll have that same gravitas. You know what I mean? Do you know any... Do you know what I mean? Do you know any voice actors from Dark Souls? No, you don't. Either do I. Do you know any from Neo? I don't. You know any from Sekiro? No. See what I'm saying? So, do you know what I love to do? I wish I did this back at The Last of Us 2. Or, some of these games that came out. I would have loved to have The Last of Us 2 cast on. We're talking Tommy and Ashley Johnson. I mean, those would have gone off. Those would have really popped off. They could have been bigger than Village, in my opinion. But yeah, in terms of going forward, I think something like a Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter, I've got a feeling that could be big. For Spoken, I don't know if you've heard of that. I'm going to give that a crack. I don't know. I'll tell you which one's going to be big. God of War now. Look, I don't know if I can get these guys on. Some of these guys are big names in God of War. But I'll try. Christopher Judge is... as Kratos, I mean, that would be an incredible one-on-one. So, look, that's coming out apparently next year. I'm going to do my best. Sam Whitway. Yeah, I can see your logo, Daniel. I know you're a Days Gone fan. Did you watch my Days Gone videos back in the day, Daniel? I'm curious to know if you've ever gone back. I did some really good videos on Days Gone. Just pat myself on the back. Like, underrated game. I got some decent views on those videos. They were pretty fun. Like, you remember the hordes in that game? I played around with the hordes and did some funny videos. Like, I don't know if you saw them, but... Yeah, thank you, Kisma. Quiz? No, you didn't miss anything, Quiz. Is that how you say your name? Quiz? You just missed the interview. Yeah, the main thing. But yeah, that's all you missed, really. Just the main thing. Dan, not sure if you're looking to chat with developers, but I have a friend who is a tool designer that develops for Colin. He works at Raven. Oh, really? Yeah. Look, I've done a couple of devs. I did the cinematics director for Resident Evil Village. So a lot of people messaged me about that and said they really enjoyed it. And he's working on something really big that we can't talk about, but it's going to be good. And hopefully we'll have him back for that. And I had Joseph Farris on for It Takes Two, which a lot of people enjoyed as well, me and him. We had a really good chat. He's a great conversationalist. So, never say never. It's not something I'm going to fully... I like to stick to the actors, I'll be honest. But, when the time's right, like, I'd love to sit down with Neil Druckmann, or the... Hideo Kojima. Okay, now I'm getting a bit crazy. Yeah, you never know, guys. You never know. Never say never, because the guest I'm getting on the 30th September, I would have told you a year ago. No, there's no way. There's no way I'll get this guy on. Oh, I just said it was a guy. I'll never get this man on. And look at me now. Well, look, it hasn't happened yet. Fingers crossed, but we're locked in for the 30th of September, 4 p.m. PST. Make sure you be there, guys. Well, this is true. The thing, Elden Ring was in the name of the title of the interview. I think it might still hit. It's being... I know what you mean. I know what you mean. People want the content. You're right. I'm just not sure how much voice acting will be in that game. Yeah, I'm thinking Dark Souls. Is there much voice acting? It's a lot of notes and things like that. You know what I mean? No. Keys. Is that how... So you say keys? Keys? I think the first Days Gone vid I watched back in the day was your channel. Probably that's why your channel sent... Yeah, I think it was. Just type in Dan Allen Days Gone. Let's have a look what comes up. I really was happy with those videos. I'll tell you right now. Dan Allen Days Gone. Whoa! Nearly 1 million views on the Sawmill boss fight. Wasn't good gameplay either. What happens when you bring a horde to an enemy camp? Not bad. When you bring the horde to the hot springs. When you bring a horde to Copeland's camp. When you bring a horde to a friendly camp. So I brought a horde everywhere, apparently. And the videos did well. Apparently, we're not getting a sequel, so... Hassan Kojima. What's happening with Hassan? Karaman? I haven't heard anything. I think it's done. I think it's done, guys. Look, guys, I'm going to end it there. You guys have been a pleasure. As always, I love you all. And, look out. Look out. But do me a favor. Become a member of the channel. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. You know what to do. It's been a pleasure, guys. Take care. Bam, bam, bam. Let's play it out with some music. Hold on. Let's play it out with some real music. What do you reckon? I mean, I love this song.
Toxic illusion, falling deeper, spiral through time. Static delusion, this is where we do or die. And I've been here before. Face to
See you guys.